What's going on, everybody? Vince Goodrum here. It is Monday evening. Reason for the video is, I reviewed Joey Stax's video on the Midnight Run. It was 30 minutes of blabbering. You guys are welcome to review my comments. You can check all my live streams on my channel. But there's a couple of points I didn't actually make, and I want to make them in this video. Now, first off, when I see a Joey Stacks video, there's only 2 minutes of actual content, and there's 28 minutes of either bragging or just calling people's names. Sort of like one of those keeping up with the Kardashians type thing, I can almost consider it like one of those James Charles YouTube videos because it lacks any content. It's mostly just talk. But that's not the point. As far as the one point that you brought up, because everything, the very little stuff that you discussed, we already pretty much knew. We already knew. Is the fact that I didn't know that Wes Watson may have lied upon his prison creds. I've heard him claim that he's done 10 years, but if he's done only two, no, you can't lie about stuff like that. If you've done only, I don't even see the point in any, lying about prison time. If you've done 2 years, you can say you do 2 years. If you've done 10 years, say you done 10 years. I'm going to be honest with you. Bragging about how long you've been in prison like it's some sort of resume is just plain stupid. You know what I mean? It's just plain stupid. It's not something that you can write on a resume. I'd rather write that I was an Amway salesman than write that I was in prison. I don't see why either you, Joey Stacks, or Strength Cartel, Wes Watson, and all these other people up there brag about prison, okay? I mean, I was in corrections, but it was just a job. I got paid, 11, 19 an hour to do it. I think of nothing more than it. That's something I can put on a resume. I don't really care for the job. I haven't done it in almost 20 years. Don't care about it. Don't care about it at all. And, it's like, but one thing I've always told other inmates when they've asked me for advice, I told them when they leave the prison, truly leave the prison, not just physically, but also mentally as well. And Joey, Wes, the rest of you people, you're still in prison mentally, okay? You're still in prison. You got to get out of prison, all right? But the truth of the matter, Joey, you can't be calling people out as far as street creds are concerned. If you do recall, over a year ago, you were confronted by Big Boy. Big Boy wanted to duke it up. Instead, you pull out a knife. You pull out a knife. Seriously, you can't go and duke it up like men. You gotta go pull up a knife and then you go and just walk away, and stuff like that. You get away from the scene. You made a quick exit. Your own crew clowned you, okay? And this is why I tell people, just to walk away from situations like that, because people are not real men these days. They go, instead of duking it out like men, they just won't pull knives out like you or pull a gun or so forth. And, I have to keep things like pepper spray and the pepper ball projectiles and stuff like that. I have to keep this stuff around, unfortunately. But because of actions of such as you. Why are you gonna go pull a knife there, Joey? When you go and pull a knife on someone that wants to duke it out, you lose your street creds. All right, you just lose them. If you want to get them back, you need to go and talk to Big Boy, which is really what that video was all about. You're just upset because Wes Watson did a video with Big Boy. That's it. If you really thought that, if you were really broke up about him allegedly scamming people, you would have said that a couple of years ago. You know what I'm saying? You would have said it a couple of years ago. But the minute he started working with Big Boy, that's when you started talking and yapping your gums. It doesn't make any difference here, okay? I'm gonna say this again. You may have been in prison, but I've worked in prisons, and like I said before, bitch can't call somebody else a bitch, okay? You pulled out a knife when you could have duked it out, you know. That's a loss of your street creds, okay? So someone that has no street creds can't go and talk about somebody else saying that they should lose their street creds. If Wes Watson lied about his prison time, yeah, he should lose his street creds, you know. But again, that should be addressed by a real man, you know, someone that hasn't lost their street creds, you know, not somebody like you, you know. I actually respect you somewhat there, Joey. You know, you go out, you work hard, you know, you're working on houses and lawns and stuff like that. That's what you need to keep doing, you know. Have some peace in your life, you know. You ain't got to go and fight and argue with people, you know what I mean? Period. In fact, don't even really worry so much about street creds, okay? Trying to maintain street creds gets people killed, you know? And you got a family to take care of. Why are you even debating that there anyway? You need to get out of this entire game if you're not going to play it correctly. You know what I'm saying? Because eventually, with you pulling a knife and stuff like that, something's going to happen to where you're going to get either seriously hurt or killed, or you're going to go back to prison. And sometimes unexpected things can possibly happen that you don't even think of, you know? Unexpected consequences there, Joey. So put down the knives, put down the tough guy act. It doesn't matter how many steroids you pump yourself up with. It doesn't matter how many tattoos you get. It doesn't matter how many of these rough shirts you get, okay? It don't make no difference. You don't scare me, okay? You don't scare me. You don't scare a lot of other people, all right? Period. Stop trying to be a gangster, all right? You ain't no gangster. You've done some prison time, but you're still in prison. Your mind is still in prison. Clean up your act. Just go and work for a living. Don't try to worry about this other stuff. Don't be pulling out knives or guns. If you're going to do something, this is all you need in this world, folks. This is all you need, okay? But because of people like you, we can't even do this no more. We can't do it old school, all right? That's all I got to say. Fact is, you ain't even worth me closing out my video. So I'm going to just hang up from here.